Hey, thanks for checking out my channel. I'm John Stark from MyMovieGuy.com, and this is the final episode of the season of The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. So it's season 1, episode 8, for those keeping track numerically. John Stark, I'm a blind film critic. Special effects and stuff, I get that through audio description. It's a magical thing. You should check it out sometime. Likely if you're here, you probably do check it out, and that's probably why you follow me. But if you have no idea what that is, it'll blow your mind. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, this show kind of blew my mind. I will say that there's some benefit to me being a week behind, to me doing one episode per week and then being a week behind because they dropped 2 episodes on day 1. Because I got stuff spoiled for me, but I didn't read the spoilers. I read the headlines, right? So I read the headlines that said, big character reveal. So-and-so talks to character about their actor who plays spoiler about that big reveal, And so I was like, oh, well, fine. We're going to finally figure out who the stranger is, because we're not going to walk around like the entire series with some dude named the Stranger. That felt to me like the character that was going to be revealed. I didn't see that twist coming. This whole time I've been sitting here for the last 7 episodes going, the Stranger is either going to be Sauron or it's going to be Gandalf. It's either going to be somebody good or it's going to be somebody evil. But it turned out, despite all of the efforts and them pointing in the right direction, to even having some acolytes of Sauron go after a stranger, the stranger wasn't Sauron after all. It might actually be Gandalf. He still doesn't fully remember who he is, but they called him the Wise, and which he was like, well, that translates in your language to wizard, and so we may have Gandalf on the scene here, but on the other end of things, we do have Sauron turned out to be the guy who has spent so much time with Galadriel and rescued her from the sea, and she thought he was the long-lost king of the Southlands, and blah, 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 right? And then he, all of a sudden, she's like, oh my God, there is no king of the Southlands. I was like, what made you check up on him, by the way? But yeah, she's got this scroll, and she's like, there hasn't been a king of the Southlands for 1,000 years. Who are you? And he's like, you know who I am. Who are you? That's a great scene. Anyway, so she led the fox right into the hen house there, didn't she? Interestingly, though, he couldn't stay, which I don't understand what happened there, because he didn't get a ring. So he just peaced out. Like, I guess maybe he's killable, so he knew that people had figured him out and he couldn't stay around long enough for the rings to be forged, so he's gonna just go back and then wage war to take the rings later. I don't know, but it's interesting. So that was the big reveal, and I knew it was going to be Sauron, and I knew we were going to find out who Sauron was, but I did not expect it to be that character. I thought he legitimately was the Lost King of the Southlands. I thought we were just expanding the Lord of the Rings universe. He wasn't. He was Sauron. So it kind of puts everything back into perspective, and I really want to go back and if I had the time, no one has the time. There's so much TV, but if I could, I would go back and rewatch the whole thing and just see, because he talks about how he worded everything. He's like, I told you I did bad things, and you told me we were not defined by the things we did in the past. And I'm like, did all these moments really happen? Did he telegraph to us the entire time that he's Sauron and we just didn't pick up on it? Anyway, that was the big reveal. So now we have rings, now we have Sauron, now we have probably Gandalf, who still is a little foggy. But we can't have two big reveals, I guess, in the season finale. So, we have people off on journeys and things working around, and we didn't get any Durin this episode, which kind of made me sad. His performance in the episode 7 was so good. I really wanted to see where he was going with his dwarf folk, but unfortunately, we spent a lot of time with the other characters. We also didn't get like Theo and like his whole journey, but we did touch in on those returning to Numenor, and we did give Galadriel some really good moments, some good acting scenes. So overall, I thought it was a really great season finale, and I'm excited for the second season. I don't know who these people are that are not excited for Lord of the Rings. I don't get it, but you can't make everybody happy. So it's got a great audio description. It's starting to rein in its problem with too many characters. It seems like it's done introducing new characters, so it's allowing us to actually focus on what we have, which is good. I'm hoping season 2 doesn't go, and here's 27 new people that you need to know. No, stop it. But yeah, its only weakness was that it expanded its ensemble really fast, and you're trying to figure out who all the people are. And you're like, wait a minute, do I need to know you? There are still people in this show that I think were introduced, and I'm like, I don't think I need to know who you are. But that's my hot take on the show. So I'm gonna give The Rings of Power season 1 episode 8 an A. A grade of the Fawns. A. Anyway, I'm goofy. I hope you like me. If you do, please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100 by the end of the year. I think we have a relationship here, so I think you could subscribe. And I also have a website, MacTheMovieGuy.com. I have a Twitter, @MacTheMovieGuy. There's a recurring theme there. And I also, the audio description project, adp.acb.org, will let you know what has audio description and where you can watch it. The adna.org will let you know who's narrating your favorite shows and movies. That's it for me today. I gotta go review something else, but I will see you in Mordor in season 2. Or on the other side. One of those things. Anyway,